It's time for a beer, rum, and rock and roll rock shot. This time, Jamie Landry and I are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Metallica's second studio album, Ride the Lightning. It was first released on July 27, 1984 on Megaforce Records. However, 2 months after its release, Elektra Records signed Metallica to a multi-year deal and reissued the album. Ride the Lightning would peak at number 100 on the Billboard Top 200 with virtually no radio airplay, and would go on to sell over 7 million copies worldwide. The album was recorded in just 3 weeks in Copenhagen, Denmark, with producer Flemming Rasmussen, who would go on to produce their next 2 albums, Master of Puppets and A Justice for All. The band consisted of James Hetfield, lead vocals and rhythm and acoustic guitars, Kirk Hammett, lead guitar, Cliff Burton, bass guitar, and Lars Ulrich, drums. All right, Jamie, let's talk about one of our favorite bands, the kings of thrash metal, Metallica.
Fuck yeah.
Specifically, the Ride the Lightning album. Cheers, buddy. Let's do this.
Cheers. My beer is not dressed in a kiss, cozy, but hey.
I got to mix it up. I got a few of these, and I keep using the Creatures of the Night. Oh, well.
Nice.
Okay, man, as usual, before we dive into the music, let's talk about when this album came on your radar and what impact it had on you at that time. Do you remember?
Sort of. So for me, I was a late bloomer into the Metallica thing, right? Because as a kid, when I heard of Metallica, I always associated the term thrash metal with like Venom and stuff like that. And I just wasn't into that stuff. They were just not enough melody, I guess, for me is what I'm trying to say. So I shied away from Metallica for a long time until one day my buddy played me Creeping Death.
Uh-huh.
And I was instantly hooked. I was like, who the fuck is this? Why have I not heard this? And what do you mean they have 3 albums now?
Where have I been? Yeah.
Master of Puppets had just come out, but my first introduction was he had the Creeping Death EP. So it had Creeping Death and Blitzkrieg and Am I Evil on it, which weren't on the album. And that's the only way you could get those 2 songs back then.
That's right.
And I was fully in love with it right away.
You're obviously younger than me, but I have a very similar story. I came way late too, man. And I've told this story on the show before, but it's 85-ish. And a friend of mine was working on my car in his back alley. And so we're hanging out there, and a couple of his buddies come flying down the alley in this piece of shit car, right? Windows down. And what turned out to be Kill 'Em All. Fucking cranked. And I couldn't even process it. Like, it was super loud, but I'm listening to Rat and Van Halen and Priest and Maiden and AC/DC. This sounds nothing like that. Like, it was really foreign to my ears, just like you're saying, right? I couldn't even process it. So a year goes by, and I'm at Hot Wax Records in Calgary, this used record place, and I see Master of Puppets.
Which is still there.
It's still there. Awesome. Yeah.
In Kensington.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm in there looking through some shit, and I see Master of Puppets for $5. And I'm like, well, it's only $5. Let's see what all the fuss is about. Maybe I'll change my tune. And just like you, man, halfway through that second cut, the title track, I was hooked. I'm like, where have I been? This is fucking amazing. The aggression, the musicality, musicianship, it had everything going on. And it sounded nothing like I was listening to, which is fucking awesome, right? Another thought I had, so starting at Master and going back, what's interesting about that is it gets rawer and rawer as you go back, obviously, right?
Totally, yeah.
It was kind of cool doing it that way. And then you can really see there was a huge leap from Kill 'Em All to Ride the Lightning. There's a big leap there in terms of songwriting and different textures and instrumentation and all that stuff. You could tell they were growing as musicians, for sure.
Totally.
Okay, man. You know me, I like the fun facts. I got some fun facts, a couple of them before we start talking about our top 3 tracks. The artwork, designed by the band, everybody knows it. It's an electric chair with lightning coming through the logo and shit. And apparently the title is taken from a Stephen King novel. I don't know if you're a Stephen King guy, from The Stand. Are you familiar with that?
I had no idea, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
This is why I like doing this shit, because you always tell me all the stuff that I don't know.
Apparently there's a character in this book, The Stand, that uses the phrase Ride the Lightning, referring to execution by electric chair. And it's the last album featuring songwriting contributions from lead guitarist Dave Mustaine, and the first to feature contributions from Kirk Hammett. So there was that full switch there, which is cool. Dave's still lingering, even at this point. That guy's stamp is all over this band, man, more than people think in those first two albums.
Totally.
Okay, man, let's talk about the music. 8 tracks, clocking in at 47 minutes, 26 seconds. Let's do our top 3 and see what happens. We'll end up talking about all of them, I'm sure, but let's start with the top 3. What's one of your faves, Jamie?
My absolute favorite is Creeping Death, which I'm sure yours is too. How could it not be, right?
Yeah.
That's my absolute favorite song off of this album for sure.
Man, it's good.
I just love the song. It grabs you from the very beginning. Like it's killer.
It is. And it's contributions by all 4 guys, which is cool. But little fun fact on this one, the title's inspired, I guess, from a scene from the 10 Commandments. And apparently the band was watching the movie at Cliff's house and they got the idea, right? Yeah, it's a fucking banger. It's just a killer riff right off the top. I like those big drum hits from Lars and those cymbal crashes off the top. It's just fucking awesome. It just crushes, man. I love it.
The guitar solo is really cool. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to anyway. I'm not a Kirk Hammett fan. I fucking hate his guitar playing. Except for the 3 first albums he played on. Ride the Lightning and Justice for All and Master of Puppets. Like, those albums, I think his playing is great. But anything after that, it just kind of turned into, look how many times I can play the wah pedal, right?
He's the king of the wah, that's for sure. Yeah. He gets a bit repetitive for sure.
This band for me was never about the solos. It's about those big riffs. Like, it's all James Hetfield for me. He's killer.
Oh, man. That right hand of his on this whole album is just insane how fast he can pick. Like, it's crazy.
It's nuts.
So let me retire. So let me die. I'm sent to by the doing war. So let me retire. So let me die. To be over my barrel side. I'm breathing in.
I love that bridge too, Jamie, that Die by My Hand part. It's just made for arenas, that chant. We've all done it. Die, die. It's just wicked, man. It's just made for the mosh pit. And they play it almost every show. They have to. I never get tired of this one. Never get tired of it.
No, me either. It's like I said, it's the best song on the album for sure.
Yep. I agree 100%. Okay, it's all downhill from here.
I guess you have to pick the next one because I feel like we're going to pick the same songs off this one.
Okay, well, I'm going to try not to because my first pick is going to be, these aren't any particular order, but Creeping is definitely my favorite. This one is the underrated one that I wish they would play more. I fucking love Trapped Under Ice.
It's not one of my top 3. I do love the song. The song's a great song.
Yeah, it's one of my top 3, man. My fun fact on this one, this is another feel-good track. It's about a person who wakes up in, a cryonic state, realizing there's nowhere to go and no one will come to the rescue. The person feels helpless, awaiting impending doom. How metal is that? Yeah, it's the hidden gem on the album for me, man. I think it's awesome. I love that galloping riff. And dude, back to Kirk. This thing starts with the solo. And that one just rips your face off. Like, he just comes out of nowhere and just fucking rips it. And then at about the 2-minute mark, you get that riff change, which was really cool. And then another short solo and back to the main riff. This track crushes, man. I don't know why they don't play it more. The only time I've seen them play it is on this DVD, which is very hard to find, this Blu-ray. It's them in Copenhagen. I got it off eBay. It's legit. I think it was only available through the fan club and somebody threw it on eBay, but they do it on here. And I'm like, yes, fuck yeah.
What year is that show from?
That's 2009, Jamie. Yeah.
I'm going to guess that they don't do it because if you listen to that song, James is at the top of his vocal range in that one, right? So being that he's much older, he probably can't.
You're probably right. It would be a bitch to sing for sure.
I don't know how to live through this hell. Woken up, I'm still locked in the cell. Frozen soul, frozen down to the core. Break the ice, I can't take anymore. Freezing, can't move at all. Freezing, can't hear my call. I'm dying to live.
Okay, there you go. I had to throw that one in so we're not all the same. Okay, what's another one?
Ride the Lightning, the title track for me, is one of my favorites off of here for sure. I just love that song. I love the riff. I love all of it.
Again, we got everybody contributing on this one too, man. What's my fun fact? It's about a wrongly accused inmate getting the electric chair. That's all I got. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's got an epic feel, this one, right? Like it's got an epicness to it. It's a bit longer. It's a slower mid-tempo thing that just builds and builds and builds. It's a builder. Hey, I keep mentioning Kirk, man. He solos his ass off all over this song.
Because playing on those 3 albums to me, like I said, I feel like he hit his best playing on And Justice for All. And I mean, some of the solos on that thing are just like, wow, that's fucking really cool. And then I just think it went all downhill from there. Every time I hear fucking him turn on a wah pedal, I'm like, I just want to. But hey, he's touring and making millions, and I'm sitting here in my basement talking to you about how much he sucks. So
Exactly.
who gives a shit what I think?
You must have loved Saint Anger because there's no soloing on there at all, is there?
I do own it on vinyl, but it's only because I found it like brand new sealed and it was like $20. So I was like, well, I have to buy it. I'm not a big fan of that album.
I know we're not here to review that one, but there's some okay songs on it. It's just that drum sound is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
When it first came out, I really liked it. I remember me and a friend of mine were driving up to Edmonton to see Ozzy, if I remember correctly, because it was right around that time. We listened to it the whole way up there and the whole way back, and we're like, fuck, this is really good. I like this song, I like that song. And then about a week later, you're like, fuck that snare sound. Like, the fuck is he thinking?
Like, I get it if you just do it for one song. The whole album, like, it sounds like he's beating a trash can lid or something. Like,
it does.
It's fucked. Okay, man, my next pick, if Metallica has a power ballad, this is it. Fade to Black. Again, everybody contributing on this one. I mean, it's a power ballad, but it's not about chicks. It's about suicide. So it's got that spin.
The lyrics to the song, really, if you sit down and listen to them, wow, this is pretty intense stuff. Like,
oh, yeah, it's super intense. Yeah, totally, man. And I thought it was funny. You know, I wasn't in from the first album. Maybe that's what it was. But fans lost their shit when they heard this track. Like, they fucking hated that they were doing this, right? It didn't bother me at all. I loved it.
I think it's a great song, too.
Yeah, maybe that's because, again, I had Puppets, so Sanitarium kind of has that mellower to heavy thing, so it wasn't shocking to me.
To me, it showed like they could do what, I mean, Iron Maiden's been doing it for years too, right?
Right.
They could take a slow song and make it heavy, but in a different way, right? The lyrical content is way heavier than, hey, I fucked a girl.
Exactly. And hey, that acoustic intro from Hetfield is tasty as hell, man. I don't know how well you know Pink Floyd The Wall, but it really reminds me of Goodbye Blue Sky, the acoustic on that. It sounds a lot like it, man. And then you get Kirk playing that tasty lead over that acoustic. It's fucking wicked, man.
I have lost the will to live. Simply nothing more to give. There is nothing more for me. Need the end to set me free.
It's a great song. I love it too. And then that whole gets heavy at the end and shit. It's great.
Well, I love the way it goes back and forth, man, between those two feels the whole time. And then it double times at the end. What's not to like?
That riff at the end is almost Black Sabbath-ish.
Totally.
Which is cool, but just obviously a lot faster than Black Sabbath would have played.
Right. Well, that's all it is Black Sabbath sped up. Exactly. A lot of this stuff. Fuck. Iommi wrote all the riffs that there is, didn't he? Fuck.
Pretty much it.
Everybody just speeds them up. Okay, Mouse. So that's 3 for me.
I was thinking, like, am I going to pick Fade to Black, No, that would be an honorable mention for me. I do love the song. If we were picking 4, that would have been number 4 for me for sure. I love the instrumental on this fucking album. I could listen to this over and over and over again. It's just really fucking cool.
It is. Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, it's wicked, man. Okay, what are my fun facts? I can't let you down with the fun facts. Inspired by an H.P. Lovecraft book, which was introduced to the rest of the band by, of course, Cliff Burton, man. That guy, he read books. He's one of those readers, Jamie.
Which is weird.
Right?
Why the fuck would anyone do that?
He was drinking and reading. The intro was written by Mr. Dave Mustaine. So there you go. There's Dave again. And he would later use that as an inspiration for Hangar 18. I guess it's got some similarities. My other fun fact is that S&M project where they had the full orchestra and shit in 99. Michael Kamen rearranged this track and it won the Grammy for Best Rock Instrumental Performance. So suck on that. Yeah, they won the Grammy.
I've never heard it.
You've never heard it, really?
No. Because you know what? When everyone started doing all those orchestra albums, I was like, no, I don't want to hear it.
I'm standing strong.
And I've never heard that album. But now that you say there's that version on there, maybe I should just give it a listen.
Not to sidebar onto that whole thing, but it works on some tracks and some not as much. This one it does, I think. It's just more of a curiosity. It is kind of cool what they do to some of these tracks at that orchestra.
Yeah, for sure. And I get it. Just so many fucking bands were doing it that I was at that point, I was like, I don't want to hear it. I like the way you played it on the album. How about you do that?
You add a flute and it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's fucking 9 minutes long, man. But I'm with you, man. That intro is tasty. And then you get that acoustic vibe, play it on electric, though. And it builds and builds and builds. And Cliff, that bass solo over that guitar riff, fuck, he was creative and had a unique tone. Just wicked.
Yes. I just don't even know what to say to that because, I mean, he was such a big part of the band. It's evident as soon as he's not there anymore, right? What is the first thing they do? Hey, we're going to turn the bass down on this one.
What a dick move that was. I'm a big Newstead guy, actually.
Yeah, Newstead is great.
Newstead is awesome. I think, not to go down another rabbit hole, I love Cliff Burton. Don't get me wrong. I think he's fucking amazing. But I think overall, Newstead's a better fit for the band. That's what I think. Live, I think he just killed it. His aggression on stage. I just think, imagine the Black Album with Cliff Burton in a jean jacket and bell bottoms on.
I feel like if Cliff Burton was still in Metallica, he wouldn't have let them make the fucking Black Album. How about that?
I knew you were going to say that. There would have been no Black Album.
And I'm not saying that I hate it, because I did spend the money for the box set, but I mean, I'm one of those old school Metallica fans where it's like, what the fuck happened to my band?
Okay, let me try that again. Imagine watching the Justice video. I like Newstead in there, man. I just do. He's whipping his hair around and like the guy had neck surgery because he was headbanging so hard. I think he's badass and I think they just totally fucked that guy the whole way.
Maybe that's why his neck hurts so much.
Had nothing to do with headbanging. It was James banging. That was the problem. Okay, let's get back on the rails here. Yeah, it's a great piece of music, man. This one really showcases their growth as a band and as musicians. It's right here in this fucking instrumental. Well, before we're done, let's touch on them all briefly. I mean, the opening track, Fight Fire with Fire.
That would have been my honorable mention, would be Fight Fire with Fire.
Fight Fire with Fire is an example for me of one of those tracks that, man, it took my ears a bit to adjust to it. Like, it's just so frenetic and so fast and just that whole vibe. It took me a while to get used to it, that unusual rhythm and shit. I mean, I was just, again, listening to Van Halen and shit, and it was so different.
I really liked it, and it's another one that they don't play live very much at all. And again, he's at the top of his vocal range, but it's a killer song. I really dig it. It's fast. Like, it's probably one of the fastest songs that they have.
thing about this song is, it starts off with that mellow kind of acoustic vibe and then hits you over the fucking head, just like Battery, and even Blackened kind of does that a bit. So that's kind of neat. That was kind of a trademark.
I think that's one of the things that I really like about it too. It's like, hey, here's this nice little song, and then it goes, fuck you, it isn't.
It's like Fast as a Shark. The old needle drag. I'm going to mention Lars right here, because people who say that Lars sucks, like, listen to this song. Like, compared to who? He's drumming his fucking ass off. I think it's insane that he can do this still today for 2 hours. Give me a break. The guy fucking kills it, I think.
So what you're saying is you haven't seen him live then?
Yes, I know he fucks up, but I mean, come on. Like, I don't know. I think he gets a bad rap. He's a good drummer for Metallica. He's not Neil Peart, but he doesn't need to be.
To go back to what you're saying, I don't think he sucks, but I did see a couple of shows where I was like, even I could fucking hear. His meter was like this. Like, even he didn't know where he was, I think, at one point. And it was like, okay, dude, like, I'm a guitar player and I'm noticing that shit. But the other side of that is it just shows that he's human, and there's a lot of that missing in music these days.
Totally. Okay, what's left? For Whom the Fucking Bell Tolls. I like it, of course, but it's not a top threer for me.
Because I've played in cover bands for so long, this is the one song that everyone seemed to play, and it's the one song that I had to play for many years, so it's not one of my favorites because of that. I've just heard it and seen it so many times.
That's a good point. Plus, for me, it's kind of that mid-tempo. I just kind of get bored with it a little bit. Let's talk about Cliff again. That bass melody played with that wah pedal. It's okay when Cliff uses the wah.
That's okay, yes.
Because, man, he's got a really unique distorted sound on that opening, man. It's really fucking cool.
Totally does, yeah.
Kirk off the top, that's a cool kind of lead melody thing he does, is neat. And again, it's one that's fucking meant for the arena. Fists in the air. Yeah, it's not top three, but it's still awesome.
And yeah, the more you talk about it, the more, like, how many changes does it go into until it finally gets into the song?
Right.
That's pretty cool, right? That it kept you that interested, and then the song itself is completely different than anything you've heard for the first fucking 2 minutes of it, right?
It takes a while before you hear James on that one. Yeah, totally.
For a hill, men would kill. Why they do not know. Sniffing wounds testify. Men of five still alive through the raging blow. Gone insane from the pain that they surely know. For whom the bell tolls. Time marches on. For whom the bell tolls.
Okay, last but not least, or least, Escape. So the fun facts on this one, originally titled The Hammer, and was intended to be released as a single due to its lighter riffs and more conventional song structure. So this is why it's Hetfield's least favorite Metallica song of all time. I mean, the record company was forcing them to write a more radio-friendly song, and that's what you get, right? As far as I know, they played it once. Do you remember in 2012, they did that Metallica Orion festival where they played this album in its entirety? And that's when they played this, because they said they were going to play it all, and they played it all, right? I mean, it's definitely the weakest track. I don't hate it on the Metallica curve, but I mean, the riff is pretty basic, and the verse is kind of heavy. It's that chorus where the problem is. It's just not strong. It's wimpy. It's just not on the Metallica level. But hey, they can't all be home runs.
I think you pretty much nailed it. I don't have anything else to add to that.
I'm for my own, out to be free. One with my mind, they just can't see. No need to hear things that they say. Life's for my own, to live my own way.
Okay, man, let's wrap this bitch up. Any final thoughts on Ride the Lightning?
I wish they played more like this again. And whatever, we all get older, we all change, and that's part of life.
Well, they're not the only band to evolve to stay huge, right? I mean, of course, they sold out, if you want to call it that, but I still think they always maintain the heaviness.
I don't hate all of the newer stuff. nothing grabbed me like these songs do, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. I mean, God, when you're a band like they are, how do you live up to the past when the past is so awesome? I mean, it's fucking impossible.
It is impossible.
Part of you wishes they, after the Justice tour, they just stopped. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, man. I mean, this is a thrash metal classic. It holds up for sure, man. There's a reason half of these tracks, like you said, still get played off and on in the Metallica set today.
It's a gooder.
It is, man. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to see them around this time, there's an hour show on YouTube. It's from this Metal Hammer Festival in Germany. You've seen it, I'm sure. It's Pro Shot.
The Day on the Green one, right?
That's a different one.
There's video from that one too.
You can watch that one too. Exactly. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Day on the Green. I think there's only, 2 songs though?
For Whom the Bell Tolls is one of them, because Much Music and every other video channel used to, because they didn't do videos back then, remember? They would play live cuts. That's the only way you saw Metallica was from a live video. There's another fun fact for you right there. They weren't doing any videos on this album to promote it at all.
Not till Justice. Anyway, it's shot in Germany, man. It's like, it's indoors. It's 85, so it's kind of in the middle of this one in Master, because they do play, Hetfield goes, hey, you want to hear a new one? And they play Disposable Heroes, which is so badass. But the rest of it's all Kill 'Em All and Ride. Okay, are we good?
We're good.
Okay, man. That is a wrap. Thanks for joining me, Jamie. That was awesome, dude. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you taking the time to hang with us. Let us know what you guys think of Metallica's Ride the Lightning in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts and memories on this album, too. You can find us on all the socials, wherever podcasts are broadcasted. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, on behalf of Jamie and I, keep rock alive. Peace out.
Elvis has left the building.